What's going on, guys? This one might be a little bit more of a rant than usual, but I wanted to make this video just talking about how broken our monetary system is. It's honestly insane if you think about it. I mean, they're just printing money nonstop, at least the Federal Reserve is in the United States, and pretty much every government that I know about in the world is just printing money left and right. Fiat currency is going to zero basically in terms of its monetary value. Cost of goods is so expensive. You go to the grocery store and eggs are like $8. Everything is more expensive. Rent is more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. You go to buy a computer, it's now like $1,300 for a Mac or anything else like that. Things are expensive, man. And our monetary system in general is broken. And it's something that I think we should all understand, or at least try to understand and think about quite often, because again, money, this, we live on an economic planet, and everything on this planet is driven by currency. And I mean, that's the whole money makes the world go round. That's a real thing. And at least in America where I live, it's crazy. Like, things have gotten so much more expensive just with inflation, cost of goods rising. It's, taxes, that's a whole nother conversation. It is so expensive to live in America, and our economic system is just failing. I mean, again, our currency is being inflated into freaking oblivion. All of the things that we buy on a daily basis are getting a lot more expensive. There's really no escape for something like this unless you hold assets that appreciate and outpace inflation. And that's what I want to make this video about, is just talking about, the importance of investing in assets that are going to help you stay afloat. I mean, I think of this as almost like, if I'm in a pool and someone's just dumping a fire hose into the pool and the water level is rising and rising and rising and rising. I want to be above water. I don't want to just stay at the bottom of the pool and just drown. I want to be above water, and the best way for you to do that is to have a life raft that you can hold on to that's going to lift up with you and always stay on the water's surface, right? And that life raft in this example is having assets that appreciate along with the inflation, right? Because a lot of people don't realize this, but assets are really the only way to combat this, right? People don't make a lot of money and put that money just in the bank. You're going to lose all your money just to inflation, and you're going to lose, it's just going to be chipping away, right? Because they're printing more money every single day. And, basic supply and demand, I mean, when there's more of something, it becomes less valuable. That's why when you drive down the road and you look at all the houses on the street, a house that might have been $100,000 back in 2010 is now $400,000 or $500,000, right? That house didn't just all of a sudden become more valuable. Your currency became less valuable. So instead of you being able to buy that house for $100K, you now have to have 4 or 5x the amount of money to be able to buy that same house. Does that make sense? Right? So that's happening with everything. Our dollars are becoming less valuable, and we have to put our dollars, as soon as we make them from our job or our business or our YouTube channel, whatever it might be. Whenever you make money, you have to go and put that into something that's not going to just slowly melt away. And that's what's going to happen if you just stick your money in a bank, right? It's just going to slowly melt away because they're printing more money every single day, right? So this is why I'm so passionate about Bitcoin, crypto in general, real estate, all the things that we talk about on this channel, because they appreciate in general. Of course, there's always exceptions. They appreciate faster and much better than inflation, right? When they print more money, that makes my real estate more valuable. Inflation is good for people who own assets. And you can look around and take, 30 seconds to realize that, hey, the world's not going to stop printing money. The United States is not going to stop printing money, right? So if that's the way it's going to go, you need to be able to insulate yourself from that by buying assets that are going to keep you afloat. In that example we talked about earlier, you have to have some kind of life raft that's going to keep you above water, because if you don't, man, you're just going to get smashed. And that's just the reality. You have to hold on to assets that are going to outpace inflation and that are going to keep you financially solvent, right? But I mean, in general, man, our economic system is just completely broken. I mean, we're sending all this money. I mean, I'm not trying to get political here, but we send all this money overseas to countries. You know, we have all these problems in our own country. We're printing money left and right. Our currency's becoming less valuable. There's crime all over the place. I mean, America is really kind of I mean, I love America. I'm like one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet, but man, it's really going downhill, and it's frustrating to see. And you know, it's definitely scary looking into the future because I mean, I'm 27 years old as of making this video, and I've got hopefully a long time left on this planet, and I don't like the way things are going. And again, I don't want to make this a political channel, but I just don't like the way it's going, and that's just the reality. And you know, our money system is broken, and again, that's just why it's so important to educate yourself now more than ever, because if you don't know how to play the game of money, then you're just going to get, you know, financially destroyed. And it's, you know, now the stakes are higher than they've ever been. And, you know, with AI and all this different kind of stuff that's just disrupting everything, I mean, man, you have to be someone who understands how money works. You have to understand how, you know, how to invest, how to get your money working for you, how to, you know, buy good assets, how to, you know, find a good deal in real estate. You have to learn all this kind of stuff.
Get our hands dirty, Black Ops. Get to work.
Listen to your financial advisors and tell you to go buy T-bills or something that's going to give you a 4%. You have to put your money into something that is. We're seeing inflation at, you know, 7% a year, and you're getting 4% on your money because your financial advisor told you to put it into T-bills that give you 4%. You're just bleeding 3% every single year. Does that make sense, guys? You have to put into something that goes much faster than inflation. Otherwise,
enemy scout post protected.
Slowly bleed out when it comes to your buying power, and that's not what you want. You see this all over the world. People are panicking. People that have big money are panicking. And, you know, there's so many new dollars that are being printed with fiat currency. You know, it's a scramble. You can see all these institutions and people that have, you can see them trying to scramble and figure out where they should put their money. I mean, again, this is a whole nother conversation. I think the solution to that is Bitcoin. It's a very simple solution. Again, I'm a huge fan of real estate and other stuff as well. I like stocks, but I don't think it's compares when it comes to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is, you know, the only, you know, true asset. And again, we can talk about that in another video, but that's something I'm very passionate about, and I'm a huge believer in terms of crypto assets being able to solve the issues that we're talking about here, in particular Bitcoin, because of its, you know, limited supply. There's only 21 million of those that have ever been created, so I think there's a tremendous opportunity to look into that. I would highly suggest it. I'm also going to be making a lot more videos about it. Definitely be good to know about, or just to listen to. Man, that's the future. Digital in general, metaverse, all this different stuff that seems crazy, man. That's the future. It's kind of a scary future to think about. This is where the world's going, for better or worse. And it's important that we understand how this kind of stuff works. It's important that we think about money. It's important that we think about how to, you know, insulate and protect ourselves and our families from, you know, the collapsing economic system we have here globally as well. Because globally, everybody looks and runs basically the American economy. Has been and always will be, you know, the leaders in terms of global commerce. And, you know, basically dying, which it is, then affect the rest of the world in terms of the economy. So this is a very big conversation. Again, I'm just a dummy who all, and the fact that, you know, our economic system is collapsing and things are moving towards a digital type currency. How it works, learn about what's going on first, and, you know, do our best on, you know, where we can put our money so our money is going to grow faster than our purchasing. I've mentioned this before, but as you're here, guys, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you some of the advice that I would give myself, and thinking about, you know, how you can protect yourself in terms of your money and how you set up for success in a world that's changing so quickly. So anyway, guys, I hope this is helpful. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like if it was helpful. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. I'm happy to do another video going over some specific feedback you guys might have for me. And yeah, that's all I got for today. Love you guys. Peace.